Hi. I finally got it going. For some reason, the video wasn't showing, so you all could just hear me. So I just had to close that out and get in this one. I'll wait till a few people notice that I had to start another one. Hey, Alicia. It worked out. Look. Every time, but my phone is handy. So I was like, where's my phone? I know I can do it from my phone. I thought I had it this time with the laptop, but no. I had no screen. It was no face. It was just, you're just going to hear me talking. So where are y'all from? Where's everybody from? I was born and raised in Chicago. I'm Indiana now. I've been in Indiana for quite some time. Texas. I love Texas. It's so hot. It's so hot, but I love Texas. I was silly to visit during summer months. That's not the best idea. Not the best idea. What part of Texas? Oh, hey, Ohio. I haven't been to Dayton. I haven't been to Ohio. Okay. Awesome. So today we're going to talk about this recession. Oh, okay. Dallas Fort Worth area. Yes, I'm familiar. I went to Lancaster. I think it might be pronounced like Lancaster. I don't know. And I've been to Houston, of course. Houston was awesome. Houston was awesome. Hey, Jay. Okay, so with this recession, right? This possible recession, everybody's scared and they're like, should I get in the industry? Should I join right now? Is a bad time? Um, I would say go for it. It's not a bad time. I don't know who's struggling right now. Well, no, I do know who's struggling. The people that are struggling are the people that have not networked. They haven't made connections outside of the low board. So if you're relying solely on the low board, it is a struggle right now. And that's why I always encourage my mentees and anyone that's following me, subscribe to like network, talk to people, create your own opportunities. Don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself in a box. And like with what's going on with the industry right now, truckers are used to it. This happens like every 5, maybe 10 years. And it's just like with the regular market, it's ups and downs and it goes back up and it goes down. So how many of you all have been waiting because you heard someone say that it's a bad time? And think about it, it may be a bad time for them, but that don't mean it's a bad time for you. They don't have what you have. They don't have what you have. But it is right now what's going on with the low board is a lot of these shippers are not messing with these brokers like that. And it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, but you can communicate without overstepping the new laws that are in place that makes it where we can only do so much as dispatchers. But if you make your own connections, if you're calling certain companies directly and you're just saying, hey, I have a flatbed available, or I have a drive-in, a reefer available, make that connection yourself. Get you some dedicated lanes. Go on sam.gov. A lot of people I see are charging people. I did want to talk about that tonight. A lot of people are charging people to teach them how to register their business with sam.gov, but sam.gov has an entire like help desk that is dedicated to helping you all register your businesses with sam.gov. So it's not to pay anyone when it's a free service available. But again, it's just ignorance. It's just not knowing. We hear about sam.gov and we hear about bidding and government contracts, and it scares us because it just sounds like, but it's not like 20,000, who got 25, who got 30,000. It's not like that type of bidding war. It's more so of, I would like to get this contract. And you would complete the whatever documentation or submit whatever documentation they're asking for of you. So the real recession is people are not utilizing their like resources. You're not networking, talking to other people. Team up with other dispatchers. What if they can subcontract some work out to you? It's so many ways. And when people are telling you that it's a recession or it's bad in the industry, sometimes you have to ask them why. Don't just take what they say. you can listen to what they're saying, but consider the fact that it may be a certain reason behind it, and ask what the reason is, what their struggle is, what they're dealing with. So you can kind of zone into like what the real issue is. Because sometimes it's that people are relying solely on the load board, and the people who put the loads on the load boards are brokers. And if the shippers aren't really messing with the brokers like that, yeah, it's a lot of that going on. So are you all waiting to start your business for the perfect time, as if there is one? There is no perfect time. It'll never be a perfect time. You just got to jump. And I say jump while you're scared. Jump while you still have that fear in you, because that's when the real magic is made. Everything's not going to be comfortable. And say your wealth is right on the other side of that fear. It's right on the other side of whatever it is that you don't want to do. And that's the funny part about it. You have to just do it. You got to just jump. Jump while you're scared. Fear's good. Fear's good, because it makes you just have to do what you got to do and push through. So we have a few people here. I know we had Texas here. We had Ohio. I left room for people to submit questions. You all don't be asking no questions, but they email. You all come through to the email like, hey, I wanted to ask this. But this is the time we can have open dialogue. We can really, I don't hold anything back from you all. Of course, I have my courses, but I have so many videos on here with all of this information available to you all that you can literally just piece this stuff together if you wanted to. But if you have something that you want to say, you can definitely say it or ask it. I am here for it. So, but yes, with this whole recession stuff, it's like, if it does apply, let it fly. If you know you're going to get into this industry and you're going to market and you're not scared to talk to people, and you just learn the industry enough where you can network. That's the most important thing. I always say it's not what you know, it's who you know when it comes to this industry. It's who you know. There's times when the load boards go down. If the load board goes down and that's your only way to book loads, yes, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. You need to be in someone's phone. You need to be the person that they call. Like, I got an emergency. Can you help? Toria, are you there? They going to say, Alicia, come help me. So, yes, that's what I wanted to get on here and hop on today and just tell you all, like, don't let that drive you. Don't let that cause you to be stagnant because you're listening to someone else say that, oh, it's a bad time, or you don't know what they put into this. You're going to get into this what you put out. You're going to get what you put out. If you are not educating yourself, if you're not staying up on a market, if you're only using one way to market or one way to source clients, yes, you're limiting yourself. And the whole reason for starting your business is supposed to be to not have limitations on yourself. That's the very reason people get into going into business for themselves, because you don't want a cap on your income. You don't want a cap on anything. So don't get into this industry and limit yourself, or don't come into this, take a course and then ask to work for somebody. That is exactly what we're teaching you not to do. I don't want anyone to come work for me. There's virtual assistants and things like that, but when it comes to dispatching, you can do this on your own. And it's a lot of owner operators. It's a website. It's called I believe it's like truckingassistant.com, where you can literally get leads on leads on leads. I'm talking about good leads. Good leads. They'll give you full listing, and it's owner operators that are on there that are literally begging for dispatchers. They know the value that you bring to the table already. You don't have to, convince them or tell them what you bring to the table. They'll know already. They already know. And you just need to tap into the right resources, the right networks. Talk to people. That's the best thing that I can tell you all. Talk to people. And yes, it is a little tough. It's going up and it's going down. But the people that are maintaining are the people who took the time to actually network and to become a part of other people's networks, to introduce themselves. Some people don't even want to do that. And you never know who's watching you. You never know who can help you. So I didn't want you all, people, that's one of the main questions I get is like, well, is it a good time? Is it a bad time? First of all, let's go into COVID. COVID was the worst time for all businesses, but what business thrived? The trucking industry. As long as people are building houses, as long as people are ordering stuff online, there's always room in the trucking industry. And there's people that, just like with the market, or let's just say you were investing in something and you're invested in the market, you got discouraged from coming. Don't get discouraged. Or even if you do, just go back to the drawing board, because there's times when you could be going and calling, and it may, just put you in a negative energy where you're like, dang, this is not working. Just go back to the drawing board, because that next person could be your person. But if you go into that call with the wrong energy because of the last call, it can stop you from a gold mine. It can stop you. Cold calling is good. I don't rely solely on cold calling, but I always tell my mentees to do it because it's your training. This is your time to make mistakes while you're on the phone and no one can see you. Not in the store when they ask you something face to face and you're like, I don't know what to say. If you're calling them on the phone and they asking you some questions, you have time to have your flyer right there in your hand. You can be reading your services off. They don't have to know that. They don't know you got sticky notes all around you. You're training, but you need to make those cold calls because they prepare you for the face-to-face interactions. And there's people that'll say, oh, cold calling doesn't work. It doesn't work, but it depends on what your reasoning cold calling is. I don't always cold call or encourage my mentees to cold call solely to obtain an owner-operator. I have them cold calls if they can sell owner-operators. Because that's the fear. It's the unknown. It's the, I never talked to one before. I don't know what to say. Well, this is your time. If you use that FMCSA website just to train yourself, don't let that be your only resource. Don't let that be your only ways of networking and acquiring owner operators. But do it. I tell my mentees to make 50 calls a day if you can. Most of them won't answer. But the ones that do, you can kind of just engage in a little conversation. Let them ask you whatever they may ask you. You can search for the answer if you don't have the answer. And guess what? When you're faced with that question again, you won't have to look up the answer anymore. So make sure that you all do cold call. That's important. And that FMCSA list is right there. I wouldn't start at the first or second page because everybody's calling them. But yeah, and that's a free tip for you all right there. Like, everybody thinks about, first of all, most people on the FMCSA website are new. Some of them just got their motor carrier number, or, their authority hasn't exactly became active yet, or just became active. So they really can't do much. A lot of them, depending on where you're calling in the list. However, you can kind of just plant a seed. Like, when you're ready, these are the services I can offer to you, or this is what I can help you with where you are. Just capture their email and follow up. Because on the FMCSA website, it does not list their emails. Most of the time, it's just their phone numbers. So when you call them, just ask for their email. Don't try to give a long spiel and sell, because like I said, most of them are not even in the position to take on a dispatcher yet. Some are just, they're carriers. They don't have, and if they're a carrier, they don't have their own equipment yet. So you're making sure that when you do market, you market to owner operators. That means they own their own fleet. You're not marketing to carriers, because carriers, they're capable, but they don't have the equipment yet. They may not have the equipment. Some do. I'm sorry, these birds are going crazy over here. But some do, but some don't. So use the FMCSA website for your leads. Definitely truckingassistant.com. That is such a gem. And it's a fee, but it's an investment. I think that they'll give you for $49.99, I think they'll give you 250 leads or something. Don't quote me, but they'll give you, the leads are good leads is what I'm saying to you. And then they have it where you can pay $100 a month and you get even more leads, but it tells you how long the people's authority has been active. So it's not like a bunch of newbies, kind of like with the FMCSA website. These are people that's been in the game for a little while, and they may actually have fleet. Well, they do actually have fleet. That the truckingassistant.com verifies that they have the fleet already. They're interested in dispatching services. You all can be calling. A lot of these factoring companies, they have leads. They just want to work with you. You say, this is what I can do for you. What can you do for me? Talk to everybody. Network, and you will not be affected. You won't. When I tell you the people that are affected are the people that are relying on the load board, I mean it. The load board looks terrible. Phone a friend. Call the local Home Depots. Call the local Lowe's, or what is the other one? You got Home Depot, Lowe's, and Menards. Call them. Hey, I have a flatbed available. Hey, I have a dry van available. You'll be surprised. They'll be like, okay, well, give me the motor carrier number. But we're sitting back waiting for somebody to, when you're sitting there just waiting on a low board, you're still allowing someone else to feed you. You're still allowing someone else to control your business. You have to get out there and go get it. It's not going to come to you. If you are one of those people that wait for stuff to come to you, yeah, it's going to be a recession for you. It's going to be hard for you in this industry. It's going to be hard. Yes, you got to start at the back of the list because they're not getting called as much as the people in the beginning and at the people on page 1 when we first go in there. Skip to page 8. Skip to whatever page. Go towards the end because they more than likely started to, do things, and they're not getting bombarded with calls anymore. They're on down the list. People are at the beginning of the list. Save them and just, even if you go on that list and you take their numbers and you just set an alarm, a reminder to say, I'm calling this set of people in 30 days, or I'm calling this set of people in 60 days. Shoot them an email and check in. When I tell my mentees to call people on the FMCSA website, I tell them to capture an email address. Hey, congratulations. Can I get your email address so I can send you over some information? And if you decide you want to use my services, you can. Real simple. The FMCSA website. I have a video posted that shows you how to acquire. It says, I think the title was How to Acquire Owner-Operators Using the FMCSA website. And that's why I tell you all, I'll answer your questions. What I teach you all is not stopping me from making money. And that's what I don't understand about a lot of people in this industry. But that's not our business, what other people are doing. But you all have the opportunity and the resources, so use them. And I just sit back and I'm like, oh, they don't want to use their resources. Okay. They don't want to ask. You don't have to be scared to be the, there is no dumb questions, first of all. We learned that back in school. And who cares if it's something that has already been answered or it may sound silly? So what? Wouldn't you rather just have the answer? Freight broker course. Well, I haven't thought about it, really, because it's kind of, oh, you're welcome, Jessica. I haven't really thought about it because really when it comes down to being a broker, once you get your requirements, it's really about start making contacts with the shippers. The dispatching is kind of your way in. It's the easiest way in, but you build you a shippers list and you get your requirements to become a broker. And from there, I'm just letting you all know, I offer a course, but it's not mandatory. You don't need a certification to start dispatching. Really, in all honesty, with the videos that I've prepared for you all and that I have uploaded, you all can use all that information and get going. I've had people that said, well, I don't have a laptop. If you don't go to the library, if you don't go to the library and get your own operator, dispatch him for a week or two and then buy you a computer. I just want you all to think outside the box. We accept no way too easily. Like, we just take it for an answer. Okay, it's no. Why? Create your own rules, your own lane. That's what bosses do. That's what CEOs do. You got to create it for yourself. A lot of the times people are waiting for someone to create it for them. You don't want to take accountability. But when you get out here and you're working for yourself, you can't blame anyone but yourself when it doesn't go how you want it to go. You're writing your own story. But I'll consider it, Jessica. But like I said, once you, I have a video that tells you the difference between, or the requirements to become a broker. And once you follow those requirements, you can kind of take the information with the dispatch and pair it together. Because once you become a broker, it's really about the name of the site you have to pay for. Which site? I'm sorry. Oh, the trucking assistant. It's called truckingassistant.com. You can definitely start off with dispatching, and you can network in that, network in that line and network within that circle. And when it comes down to getting that motor carrier number and that surety bond, so what happens is it's going to cost you more money. It's going to, it's a lot more stipulations on you when you become a broker. I decided to kind of stay here because the insurance requirements and everything that comes along with it, I didn't want to take that on. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's great money. Most of the brokers are getting between like 12 and 14%, I want to say. But yes, I would say start with dispatching and go ahead and open you up a brokerage too. Why not? You're not limited. You're not limited at all. Do both. Do everything. Buy you some trucks. Look. And with the stamp.gov, like I tell you all, it is free. And it's a whole help desk that walks you through it. You can literally start it and go on there and say, I need help with the help desk. And they walk you through everything. They're in the system too, working it with you. They'll register you. I saw somebody, I said, $100-something to show. I said, y'all are crazy. But it's the fact that we don't research ourselves. We just hear something and we let fear stop us all the time. I wasn't tech savvy. I built my own website. Guess why? Because I couldn't afford for nobody to make me one in the beginning, but I needed to start my business. So I went to YouTube University and I said, okay, how to build a website on Shopify. And somebody walked me through it. I had my phone with the video playing and I had my computer up and I was up for like 8 hours. I was stressed, but I got it done. And then, like I said, once you start making money, I always tell you all, start off doing exactly what needs to be done to start your business. And then once your business starts making money, then go upgrade everything. Go spend whatever you're going to spend on a website. Go do your flyers over. Get a marketing team. How many carriers do you think one person can handle if they have full-time job? Well, it really would depend on your hours. But how I always do it is I say 5 owner-operators per dispatcher is safe. But if you don't just rely on I've been dispatching for like almost like 9 years. It's been a while. It's been a while. I just started getting on, it's been about a year though since I've been like on social media teaching and creating my course and things of that nature. Just because I was like, I would see people asking questions under other people's, I don't dispatch full time anymore because I do all my training. I have mentors. So I do a lot of that, but I have dispatchers. I do have some dispatchers. I have a couple people that were like, no, you guys still dispatch for me. So my loyalty, I'm loyal to them. But other than that, I don't really, I don't dispatch full time. I don't dispatch full time anymore. And because when I say it's so many ways to make money, it's so many ways to like grow your business. There's people that start dispatching businesses and never dispatch. They start the business solely to hire dispatchers. So if you have those nieces and nephews and siblings and cousins that are in your pockets, always asking for $20, $40 or whatever, say, hey, I can do something better for you. I can hire you on. You can take on 5 owner operators and I'll give you 5%. And you keep the other 5. You got the contract. So I just want you all thinking bigger. I think people come into it just thinking like, oh, let me get one owner operator and this is gonna. No, it's so much bigger than that. It's so much more to do. And the government contracts are awesome. And they have set-asides where if you're a minority, you're double minority for myself. So there's a pot called a set-aside where let's just say, how many carriers should I dispatch to be comfortable with? No more than 5 per person. No more than 5 per person. You don't want to get overwhelmed. I like this because I don't get stressed with this job. It doesn't stress me with this, with this career. It doesn't stress me. And I think once one person tries to take on, first of all, you don't get wealthy doing anything by yourself. You need a team. So even though you can take on 5 owner operators, the more people every single person you bring in can have another 5. And if you subcontract those owner operators out and you tell them, hey, you can dispatch my owner operator, have a contract. Within a contract, they say that they can't take your owner operator, of course, and there's just some wording that you can add into the contracts. So, and I always tell you all, my stuff is on my website, so I make it very easy for you. My stuff is on my website. Go into client forms. There's a contract. There's a carrier profile. There's a W-9 form. Download it and make it yours. I even posted a video showing you all how to make it yours. Now, within my course, I offer multiple templates that are already like unlocked. You don't have to convert them or things of that nature. But if you're trying to figure out as many ways to do this without that, then that's what I say. Go get that contract. Add in what you want to add in. Remove what you want to remove. What you don't agree with. It's as simple as that. You don't need to get an attorney to go and look over this contract and create this word. And down the line, you can do that. But right now, there's a template right there online available for you that you all just aren't using. So definitely just add your wording in that says, hey, you can't take my owner operator or anybody that you're dispatching for, you're still working under my company name, my company business, I'll give you this percentage. So I charge 10%. So let's just say it was me. I would tell one of my dispatchers, like, okay, you're going to get, 5%, 6%, and then I get the other percentage. And I never have to book a load for that operator. They're doing it, but it's still under my company. So that's how I want you all to think, and that's how you remain successful. Truckers have been preparing for this. They know it's ups and downs. Any business is ups and downs. You're going to have a great season, and then you'll have a dry season, and so on and so forth. But you prepare for that as an entrepreneur. You say, okay, in my good season, I'm going to put this money away, or I'm going to invest it in these different areas so that when the dry spell comes about or when a recession shows itself, this is what I can do. This is the way I can go. So if you all are using your resources, if you all are networking with people, some of these dispatchers, I tell you all to network with other dispatchers because some of the dispatchers have contracts too. So don't think that you're an enemy or you're in competition because it's another dispatcher. I share people's stuff on page. You dispatching too. My mentees, I share their stuff all day. Like, it's enough for all of us. This is a $800 billion industry. Billion. Call those local places. So if you have an owner operator and they're based out of a specific area, get to Googling. Google warehouses, distribution centers. This is some good stuff, and I hope y'all writing it down. Google warehouses, distribution centers. Like I said, Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot. Call them. Tell them what fleet you have available. The worst they can say is no, and you move on, because they don't know who they just said no to. They don't care. We are so scared of stuff that don't even matter. If you get on the phone and they ask you something that you don't know the answer to, so what? Laugh off. You messed up. Call again. Call in a couple days. They forgot about you already. Call in a couple of days. But do not let that stop you from starting your business. Don't let that make you get out of the business. As soon as stuff starts to get a little rocky or shaky, people just run, abort mission. No. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. It's going to make it all worth it in the end. All worth it. And it is people that appreciate dispatchers and want dispatchers, but they're having a hard time finding good ones or ones that have actually networked. There's a lot of dispatchers out here that haven't even looked at the market. They're just listening to what the next person has said, or they only solely are relying on the load board. So now your owner operator is not getting anything. But it's your job as a dispatcher to network. Get in those Facebook groups. They have so many different ways, but I just wanted to let you all know that it's a recession if you make it one. There's people that were struggling during COVID, and there's people that thrived. They got the most money they ever made. And it doesn't have to be just because of the freight industry. It's people that entrepreneur galore after COVID. Everybody started figuring out ways to make money on their own. So while they may expect you to suffer in certain times or that doesn't mean it's going to be you. Their hustle might not be like your hustle. And this industry is about selling yourself. Focus on your value. Don't focus on, the services that you provide. Actually let them know your value, what you bring to the table. Market yourself in a different light. Don't just market yourself like, well, yeah, I can fill out this paperwork for you. No, you got a whole team behind you. I'm going to get you the best of the best, because the more money I make you, the more money I make myself. That's what these owner operators want to hear, but it needs to be the truth. Hi, Hakeem. It needs to be the truth. But you all can do it, and it's enough for all of us. But this is definitely the way into the industry, because you're talking about needing a phone, a laptop, internet access. Really, you don't even have to have access to a load board yet. That's okay. You come to the right place to just be learning, because I have a lot of good stuff on this page that you can utilize to start your business, to launch your business, to do whatever it is you want to do. But I definitely believe that if you all just think outside the box and just don't limit yourself, don't let someone else's results be your results. It just doesn't go like that. You have different stuff in you that other people don't have. You have different marketing ideas. Oh, how to get started. Well, there's definitely videos on here to let you know, but really you need that phone. You need I even just told them, if you don't have a computer, you better go to the library. You dispatch off their computers for the first month or whatever you need to do until you can pay for one. You use a Wi-Fi. McDonald's, free Wi-Fi. Starbucks, there's so many places with free Wi-Fi, even if you just have a laptop and phone and no internet access. Okay, so you have a laptop, you got a phone, you got internet access. Now you just have to educate yourself, because they'll eat you alive if they know you're not educated. They'll try you. You'll say something like gas, and they'll say, what? Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, just because you didn't say fuel. So you have what you need to get started. Now it's just about educating yourself, Hakeem. Educate yourself. You can choose to take a course. You will eventually need an LLC, but there's been people that started without one. It looks better. It's better for your credibility. It's better for your credibility as you're building your brand, but there's people that started without one. There's some free load boards, but you know, you get what you pay for. You can kind of Google that. But what I was just talking about is people networking, not only relying on the load board. Create a shippers list or get a course that includes a shippers list. I have my course, but like I said, you all also have like 40 something videos that kind of walks you through things. My course kind of it puts everything together, and it gives you the information like terminology, the different trucks and trailers, how to zone in on a particular niche, or however things may go. It gives you more details with that and provides you with, like I said, shippers list, templates, spreadsheets, and all of that other stuff. So if you need a course, you can do that. Or if you want to try to see as much as you can soak up on your own, that works as well. That works as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. So what marketing strategies have you all been using? I know Alicia says she's been cold calling, and that is awesome. And like I said, keep doing it. It matters. Will dispatcher that doesn't have a motor carrier? No. Nope. And it's free trials for the low board as well. You don't have to pay more because you don't. I don't have a motor carrier number, but my owner operator does. I represent my owner operator. You don't need a motor carrier number. They have one. You're them when you're working. When you sign documents, you're signing their information, not yours. You're invisible, and until it's time for you to invoice them your percentage. You don't need any of that stuff. Now you will if you decide to become a broker. You will need that if you decide to become a broker. But no, you do not. Some stuff, like I said, can wait. Canva. Create your flyers. I use Canva for everything. It's CANVA. Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear that, Terrell. It's a lot of that. And that's the sad part about it. A lot of people not transparent, and you just got to really trust your intuition when it comes to certain people and things. So you're not led astray. You don't want that. But in this industry, like I said, you all go into this thinking about the fact that as long as you're only relying on the low board is great. But as long as you're only relying on the low board, that means you're giving someone else the opportunity to feed you or starve you. Because before they put stuff on a low board, they call everyone in their phone. And then it gets to a point where, okay, I called all my people and they said they can do it over education. Right. That's why you just need to have this stuff available to you. Because within my course, I have all of this information about the different types of trucks and the different shippers that you would contact to move loads with the type of fleet that you have. But that's stuff that you're not going to use right away. That's why I leave all the materials available to you for the first year, because it may not come up right away, but you need something to refer back to. So you don't have to over-educate yourself. I definitely say you need to watch all the video. I posted key videos on information that I felt that I needed. So at least look at those so you can kind of build a picture, create a picture of what it looks like, and then go from there. No, you can use the low board. I said don't rely solely on the low board. Don't rely solely on the low board. The low board is great, but just know that they put that stuff on a low board after they have went through their resources and no one else could do it. That's like last resort. So if you're getting a last resort load, what is that going to look like? Low board is good though. It's not good for if that's all that you have. It shouldn't be all that you have. Even as you book loads on the load board, are you making connections with that broker? Are you following back up? Are you saying like, hey, it was great working with you, I know everything went awesome? Follow back up. Make them remember your name. Make them remember your name. It's last resort. And you're going to get last resort prices, and you're going to get last resort attitude. Now, there's some good stuff that can be posted on there, but when you get a good load and your owner operator does a good job and everything goes smoothly, follow back up with that broker. Say, hey, yeah, I know everything went great. It was great doing business with you. Keep my number in your phone if you ever need help again, or if you have any more loads like this. I always have fleet available, something like that. We assume that because we've done one load for them that they're going to remember us. No, they won't. Especially if you didn't tell them to. They won't remember you. You didn't tell them to. They just wanted to get the job done. But you're letting them know, no, we're going to build a relationship here. I can continue to do this for you. I can continue to be your go-to person. Mouth cold calling. Yes, you got this. Marketing is good. And you don't even always have to go straight into truck stops are great. Go in, give your business card, talk to the clerks. Talk to the clerks. They know who to point you to. Go through and put your flyers in the trucks. I've even saw an idea recently where it was another dispatcher, and I can't think of her name. I try to give credit when I can, but she said, now I knew the idea of going outside of the truck stops and just, a little goodie bag, a little bag that has maybe like toiletries in it, because they want to freshen up and do things like that. So even if you had just a face towel, go to the Dollar Tree, get a face towel, get a little travel toothbrush set with some toothpaste, get a bag and put your flyer in it and give it to an owner operator. Say thank you for your service. Don't start trying to sell to them right then. Don't start trying to say, oh, this is what I provide, this is what I can. They don't want to hear that. If their truck stop, they're trying to relax real quick. They're preparing to get back on the road. They're ready to rest. They're ready to wash up, eat, whatever. So you won't get the best results if you try to go to them talking business and they're exhausted. Hand off the bag. Thank you for your service. They're not going to throw it away because there's stuff in it that they can use. When they get back to the truck, they're going to open it up and they're going to see like, oh, she got me. This is the dispatcher. So do that. People even do stuff where they put like a little 8-ounce water bottle, a bag of sunflower seeds. It depends on the person, Hakeem. I always tell people when we start trying to get into numbers and we start trying to say, oh, what can you make on average? It's about your hustle, your owner operator and the market. If you get an owner operator that's saying that they only want to work 2 days a week and they want to stay local, how much money can you really make? So that's why when you go into this, all money is not good money. You may find that someone's is not equally yoked with you. They're not aligned with you. You may say what you plan for your business is not the same as what I plan for my business. I'm trying to get all the money. You're trying to get some of the money. So make sure when you're picking owner operators, you're picking someone that is just as hungry as you are, that is just as ready as you are, that has the hustle that you have. Because as a team, you all can, it's no limit. It's no limit. It's no limit. But it depends on the percentage you're charging, the services you're offering, a lot of things. So we try to go right into how much money can we make, but it's really about you. How much money can you make? Oh, look. How much money can you make? But really, there's no limiting yourself. So when I talk about these contracts, there's ways that you get these contracts, and sometimes these contracts are $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 contracts for 2 years, or sometimes they're between like 2 and 5 year contracts. So let's say you got this contract and you got the contract, you have no owner operators, but you have a contract with dedicated lanes that you can move this fleet from here to there, and you have the contract for the next 2 years. So what, you don't have an owner operator? Now go market for one. Or go reach out to that dispatcher that you already, created a relationship with and say, hey, this is the contract I have. You don't have to tell them, and subcontract it out is what I'm saying. Subcontract it. Get those contracts. This is the ways to really create wealth. Anything else, you're really limiting yourself. And I don't limit myself. I try everything. I do it all. Because why not? It's available to us. And there's money just sitting because it's so many people that just hear bidding and hear government and hear contract and they get scared. And it's as simple as them having you submit papers in a certain order, paperwork in a certain order. They'll say page 1 needs to be this, page 2 needs to be that, page 3 needs to be this. And it could get lengthy, like 20 something pages. But if you just simply follow directions, just like you did in like college when it was time to create portfolios or do things, put the stuff in the correct order. They will deny your bid or not even look at it just because you did not follow the correct order. So it's little things like that. But being that it's not that much competition, there's not that many people doing it. It's so much more available, so much set aside for us, and it's literally called the set aside. Literally. So don't limit yourself. The recession is who it's for. It doesn't affect me. That's not my life. You tell people, they say, oh, this is a terrible time to get in. It's a terrible time for you. It's a great time for me because I hustle. And I talk to people. And I network. And I'm hungry. So don't let other people's reasoning shy you away. Other people giving up make you give up. That's not yours. And if they don't understand your dream, oh, thank you. If they don't understand your dream, if they don't understand where you're going, if they can't see your vision, it doesn't matter. It wasn't theirs to see. It wasn't given to them. It was given to you. We get so caught up on somebody else believing in us and what somebody else's opinion is. Why do you care? It's your life. Take that as fire and passion and move on. But yes, if you get in this industry and you don't want to talk to people, you know, you only want to rely on the low board, yeah, you will be very much limited. Very much limited because you have to talk to people in this industry. And it's some good people out here. And they just want to link with other good people. They just want to network with other like-minded people. Yep, it's people that lease their trucks. That's money. Even if you have an owner-operator, saying they have multiple, you know, they have fleet or they have, you know, multiple trucks, but some is sitting. Ask them why it's sitting. Rent it out. Give them ideas that's going to help you. Helping them is helping you. Find them carriers for those other trucks. Get them all moving. But yes, people are leasing trucks, or they just have the day cabs and they lease the trailers, or they just do drop and hooks. It's just so many ways. When you come in, a lot of your hits or a lot of your calls may be from people that they may be from people that have what was I about to say? I forgot what I was going to say, but it's okay. It'll come back to me. It'll come back. I just saw that so many people were like, recession. I'm like, they're scaring off my people. You all got this. It's no limit. You all don't have to act out of fear, like be stagnant because of fear. Don't do that. You could do some amazing things when you're in those situations. They say pressure busts pipes or it makes diamonds. Which one? Pressure only makes diamonds over here. And that has to be your attitude too. That has to be your attitude too. And as long as that's your attitude, how can you feel? And I'm not here to sell anybody a dream or, you know, or to say, oh, please, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. You don't need any type of certification. You can take a course. You can take my course. I'm going to send you a certification, but it's not needed. The certification part is not needed. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Toria. But you all can definitely do this. And it's a lot of good gems. It's no way that with even the information that you've just been given, that you shouldn't be able to take that and run. And run while you have that adrenaline in you. So right now after the video, you're going to be all amped like, oh, yeah, I could do this. And then you're going to wait a week and now you're drained. You got to get that again. No, keep it. Do stuff while you have that fire in you, while you're inspired, while you have the adrenaline rush. Do it now. Get on, even if you just got on Canva right now and made you a flyer. Even if you just went on my website right now and stole all my documents. Do something. Every day you're supposed to do something for your business. We spend 8, 10, 12 hours in other people's businesses. And then when it comes down to our own, we don't do it. We don't do it. My routine is a little different, Hakeem. I do mentoring. I have courses and webinars and everything. So, but my routine used to be I would get up and I would get on that low board, or I would get to contacting my resources. You know, calling my people. Hey, you got this? You got that? Yeah, look. That's what you should do, T. Go get them. Go get them. Take them. Then that's what they're there for. You're welcome. People will sit there and say, "Oh no, you can't." I'm not like that, because I didn't have that, and I was like, "Ah, this is so tough." It sounds so intimidating, but if the next person could do it, why can't you? It's really comes down to us believing in ourselves. We're taught to, we come out being taught how to love other people, how to treat other people, how to do everything for other people, but not ourselves. So when you start your business, pour all that into you. Show yourself compassion, show yourself love, motivate you. How many hours a day? It depends on how many owner operators you have. And then it depends on if you're doing load by load, or as far as dispatching, or are you're gonna need your mornings, Hakeem, definitely. Now, if you're working a job that is flexible enough where in the morning while you're still working, you can be on your computer and making phone calls, then that's great. But you will need to make phone calls, and you really need to get on that computer, especially as you build your list, your shippers list, if you don't already have one. Build that list and go down that list. Make the connections. If you get a dedicated lane, then that'll kind of be open and close, where you're like, okay, this is my lane, this is what I have to get done. You can kind of schedule it out for the week if you're scheduling on a weekly trip planning basis. So find you owner operators that want you to dispatch them for the week, and network to a point where you can find dedicated lanes. Yes, they're not going nowhere. I leave paperwork on my website, because, and that's another thing I encourage you all to do when you build your website, because all you need is a one-page website. I do say get a website because it helps with your credibility. The first thing people want to do is like, do you have a social media? Do you got a website? And then you're going to be like, So make sure you get those things. There's people on Fiverr, which is Fiverr. Fiverr. Great, 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 great. You would think that they sponsor me or something. I always tell people, go on Fiverr and find a freelancer to do the job for you if you cannot figure it out yourself. But first, try it yourself. You'll be surprised. We're not really tech savvy, but I always talk about a shipper's list. A shipper's list would be a list of shippers. A list of shippers that you can contact who have loads, that you can match them with your own operators. You can build your own using Google. Hakeem, you might need to go, once the video is over, you probably need to watch from the beginning, because I gave information on that stuff. So yeah, shippers list. That's what you're gonna need to build for yourself, or find your resource, a way to get one, and get to calling people. Make friends with your phone. Don't be scared of these phone calls. They don't know who you are. You can tell them your name and they didn't hear you. They're gonna forget about you when you hang up the phone. So don't have that fear in you. You're calling. When you pick up that phone and make those calls, think about that's your livelihood you're talking about. And it's your owner operator's livelihood. Big business. Big business. You should really be making connections daily. Go to some trucking events. Go to Eventbrite. Google trucking events near me. Go to some of them. A lot of them will be free. Or $20, $25. Go mingle. Go mingle. Yep, go mingle. But yes, with the shippers list, Hakeem, you will build it yourself. Warehouses near your own operator, distribution centers near your own operators, Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. If you have that, every state doesn't have the same stores, so that's why you kind of have to build your own. Or a lot of people have courses that include shippers lists. I have a course that includes the shippers list. Hundreds, hundreds on hundreds. Some of them are nice enough to separate them by category. So I have it like, these are for your drive-ins, these are for your reefers, these are for your... Go for it. It's produce season right now. Find you somebody with a reefer, with a refrigerated truck, that and make some money for them. Help them make some money. Fruits and veggies are in full effect right now. Full effect right now. So what are some of the marketing ideas outside of that? I know some people said they've been doing cold calling. Oh, I didn't finish my sentence as far as what the young lady said, the dispatcher, when I was talking about the truck stops. She actually made the bags and just left them in the bathroom. Left them in the truck stop bathroom. So when they go in there and they're getting ready to take their showers, they already see it there. She just, left her stuff like that and market it that way. Some people will let you, if you go, always talk to the clerk first, because you don't want to get that, like, oh, you're loitering or whatever, soliciting, however they may say it, because they always have the little traffic cars or security cars. Talk to somebody and tell them what you're doing. You can go in there and tell the clerk, like, I'm only going to be here for 10 minutes. I'm just giving them these bags. I'm not trying to sell anything, because you're not. You're just saying thanks for your service and hand it off to them. Don't try to do the whole spiel right there unless they want to. There may be some people that's having a good day and they're like, hey, what's up? What you got? What do you do? And then engage in a conversation. You're behind somebody in line at Walmart and they got their headset on. Talk to them. How do you get your loads? Excuse me, how do you get your loads? Wherever your own operators may be. Your own operator could be anywhere. Anywhere. They could be anywhere. You're not limited. You're not going to see them. You're not going to really get to meet them. Most of the time, you're not going to meet your own operators. But don't limit yourself to your state when they can go anywhere. We have owner operators all over the U.S. And you dispatch for them because you have a computer. You have the internet. You have Google. You got Google Maps. You know their address. You look for places near them so that their deadhead miles aren't crazy. So that they don't have to drive 200 miles to pick up a load. Start local, start where they are, and go from there. But you have to talk to people. You can't be scared to do that. I mean, you can be scared, but you still got to do it. I still get nervous when I'm doing stuff. You're still going to get nervous when you're about to do something. You can do it 1,000 times, but you may get a little nervousness, but you got to push through it, push past it. Push past it every time. And then laugh at yourself for being scared. I do that a lot. Like, I was just that scared for doing that, but I did it. I got it done. Just get it done, most importantly. Because if you can do it for somebody else, why would you not do it for you? For your children, for your family, for something. Find your reason and go with it. You got to have a good why. You got to have passion. Your why needs to be strong enough to withstand ups and downs. Those times when you're getting rejected, because you're going to get rejected. You're going to have to deal with rejection. Any sales position. The toiletry bags are great because they all have to wash up. And then you go to some of those truck stops and they're charging $10 for a towel. $10 for a towel if they buy it in the truck stops. And you go to Dollar Tree or you go to Walmart or something and get a 20-pack of towels and fill up some bags. A towel, a toothbrush with a little toothpaste already in it, and your flyer. Don't forget your flyer. That's good. Definitely use your go to those truck stops. Go to those events. Even if you go to a truck stop and you don't talk to anybody, put your flyers in their truck windows. Just keep it going. Don't let anything stop you. Tire shops, repair shops. Go find mobile services for them. Connect. Anybody that you know an owner operator may deal with. They need mechanics too. They need tires too. So why not go into a tire shop that specializes in tires for certain trucks and go in there and talk to the clerk or whoever's there, customer service representative, and talk, make a deal. Hey, for every owner operator you get me, I can do this. Tell them I'll send people your way. I'll send my owner operators your way if they have a breakdown. And in return, you send owner operators to me that you hear are looking for dispatchers or that may be looking for dispatchers. Work it like that. There's no such thing as something for nothing. So make sure when you talk to them from a standpoint of trying to get leads, when you're talking to these clerks inside of the truck stops, or when you're talking to people at the tire shops or mechanics for them, make sure that you strike up a deal. Make it beneficial for them too, so that they actually follow through and do it, and they're not just telling you anything. Make sure they're getting something out of it too. I made connections with people with salesmen for dry vans or salesmen for reefer trucks. Okay, you're selling them the fleet, so I know you know who they are. So how about when I hear one of my owner operators are interested in buying more fleet, I'll send them to you, and in return, every operator you sell some fleet, you send them to me and tell them I'm a great dispatcher, or tell them you know a dispatcher and they may want to consider my services. That's what I mean when I say network. That's what I mean when I say network. Talk to these people. And they will gladly say, oh yeah, I'll give my car. You're going to do what? Okay. Let's help each other. Don't just go in and like, okay, you do this for me. No. Think about what you could do for them too. That's how it's a partnership. It needs to be an equal exchange in order for it to be like long term and really be able to make some money together. And like I said, the factoring companies, they have a list. Oh, thank you, Sea Warrior. I'm glad I can help. I've told you all, live and all of this is not for me. But I'm trying to get on here more often and just interact with you all and talk to you all and see what it is. But most of the time it's a mental blockage. Most of the time it's the fear of the unknown. Most of the time it's just us battling ourselves. Battling ourselves and holding ourselves back. But it's nothing you can't do. And you already have everything you need. It's in you, not on you. You just got to bring it out. Oh, thank you. Just got to bring it out. Personally, myself, or my dispatchers that I've hired, I told you I only dispatch personally for 3 operators right now. But I have dispatchers that I've subcontracted to. And that's how you kind of build it. You got to monopolize on it. Build your team. But I would tell you all, if you go through all this process and you take a course or you start your business, don't turn and ask somebody to work for them. You don't have to. Put that energy into yourself. Put that energy into your own business. How can you give somebody else's business 8, 10, 12 hours but won't give yours too? When you do this, create your own schedule and respect your own schedule so that you're showing your self-respect. If you say every day I'm going to get on a computer and I'm going to, network and I'm going to do this from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. or whatever the case may be, then do that every day for you. Don't say, oh, well, I ain't going to do it today. No, be true to you. Because how you doing it for somebody else? Because they can give you a point or they can fire you. You're going to stay true to them. Give yourself that. Dedicate that time to you. Dedicate that energy to yourself. Working for somebody else is not an option. If you're getting out here and you're dispatching, do not go through this just to turn around and say, now who can I work for? That's a slap in your own face. You don't have to work for anybody. You work for yourself. You represent the owner-operator. You making money together. You're not limited. You just have to go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board. It's ups and downs no matter what business you start, no matter what you try to do. Keep going. You will get discouraged, but that's why you have to have passion for this. You need to have your good why, a good reason why you're sticking it out. A good why, a good why. Because if you don't, it's going to be easy. As soon as something get hard, you're going to be like, well, let me go apply for somebody else. No. I'm not for somebody telling me that I can't take a vacation or go to one of my children's events or anything like that. I don't want to discuss it. I don't want to talk about it. I said what I said. And if that's what you want, then you need to work for yourself. But it's not easy because there's nobody to blame and there's nobody to like hold your hand. And you can make excuses or, because there's no difference between a reason and an excuse. So you gotta chalk that up. You gotta suck it up. Get a mentor. I don't have a video on subcontracting, but it's literally, it depends on a mentee. I've had people within days get it and then they're freaked out because they didn't do any of their marketing stuff yet. They didn't get a contract yet. So now they're trying to go and get the contract because they tried something that they didn't know was going to work and it worked. And now they're like, oh my God, this happened. Help me. And now they're rushing to get their paperwork and everything because they didn't have it before. So it depends on you. It depends on your hustle. But you have all the resources and I help in whatever way that I can. When I get leads or when I'm not taking someone else on, I send them to my mentees first. I do. And I help in any way that I can because sometimes you just need that first owner operator, that first push. And that's why I say don't turn down. If there's somebody that comes to you and they have a box truck You don't have to turn them away. They have a cargo van. It's ways to get it done. You may not be able to charge 10%. You may have to charge them a smaller percentage. I am taking mentees. You can find out everything on my website, www.allthelogistics.com. I'll put it in the description as well. And every month I take on mentees. I do a 4-week session, and it starts the first Sunday of every month. And then we go at it for 4 weeks. We go through boot camp and we get it done. We get it done. So just make sure you all just keep going. Find a way to stay motivated. If you can't pay for a mentor, make them your mentor. You can. I have mentors. Lisa Nelson's one of my. Nicholson is one of my mentors. Steve Harvey. If you can go watch their videos all day just to motivate you and to get you that. Whoever gets you going, whoever gets you amped up, where you feel like, oh my God, I'm ready to do it. Those are the people you need to be listening to every single day. I ride in the car and I'm listening to them. These people don't know they're my mentors, but they are. So if you can't pay for one right now, find someone who is doing what you want to do or is where you want to be, and just start listening to them. That's what you need, kind of like on a daily basis. Everything is out of repetition. Eat, sleep, dream logistics. There's no way you can't be successful. And there's so many ways, you guys. There's so many ways. But get your own. Do you need a printer? Not necessarily. I keep paper files and I keep files saved on the computer. So if you are a person that likes, because I like to look at stuff in my hand. So if you're a person that likes to look at things, or when I have files for my owner operators, yes, I have them compiled in the system, in the computer, using it like the CRM. But also I keep physical documents as well. So that's when you would need a printer. But when you're dealing with your owner operator, most of the stuff is going to be done through like apps, depending on what software you decide to use, or it could be via text, where you're using like a PDF scanner app or something like that, and you're sending things back and forth to each other. So not necessarily. A lot of this stuff you can get later on. You can say, well, a couple of months or 30 days from now, I'll go get this. Add on every month. Once a month, buy you a new piece of equipment or something that'll make your job easier. But do not go broke. Don't dig yourself in a hole. Don't dig yourself in a hole doing that. That's not what it's supposed to be about. And I think that's what overwhelms a lot of people. They sit there and they think about, I got to pay for this. I got to pay for that. We all, if you had a MySpace, you've done coding. You've done some coding. You can build a website. You can make a flyer. If you can edit a picture or put a filter on yourself, then you can create what you need to create. And you don't even need business cards right away. If you're choosing between, am I going to do business cards, which you can get 250 business cards printed out for $19.99 at like Staples or Office Max. Create the template, get a template from Canva, create your business card, throw your logo on it, create your flyer. You don't have to print your flyer. You can email that everywhere. Unless you plan on going to a truck stop or something, then you print off X amount, put them in the bags. Put them in the bags. Give them to them. But yeah, you really just need it electronically in the beginning, because that's how you're going to do most of your marketing. Sending emails, attaching your flyers, sending texts, attaching your flyer. Yes, I said texts because text didn't used to be like, it would seem unprofessional initially. Like, I don't want to send a text message about business. That's how I was. It was real hard, but that's the way of the world now. Even our voicemails are transcribed. So if somebody doesn't answer the phone when you're calling them using the FMCSA website or whatever cold call list you have, when you contact them and they don't answer, you don't have to leave a voicemail. They're probably not going to listen anyway. Shoot a text with your flyer, a short, sweet sentence saying who you are, and go from there. Yes, text. Yeah. Yep. Everybody is texting, so don't shy away from it. I'm not saying send them a book. Do not send these people a book. They're not going to look at it. They're not going to read it. They're going to block you. Send your flyer, a short, no more than 2 sentences. It can simply be saying, hi, my name is, Tori. If you can use my services, give me a call. These are the services I offer. Your flyer should list all the services you provide, along with what you require from the owner operator and your contact information. You don't have to have how much you're charging on there. You don't have to have a fancy truck. You don't. Actually, the less is more. Half of these people do not have time to sit and read everything you're talking about. They need to be able to glance at it and understand what it is you're offering. Because if not, they're not even going to read it. They're going to be like, what is all of that? The same way we do. We see something long, so I'm not reading all of that. And that's how they feel. They're not reading all of that. So keep it simple. Requirements from you, like what you require from them, you know, when you stand their motor carrier number, their authority, their DOT, so on and so forth, their insurance. Put all those requirements, put the services you provide, and put your contact information. That's it. Not a bunch of fancy colors, not a bunch of glitz and glamour. It's all making it where it's less likely that they will even look at it or read it thoroughly to understand what services you're offering. So yes, I hope you all take this stuff with you, and I hope that you all are understanding that yes, you are not limited. That recession applies to who it applies to. If you take it on as yours, then it's yours. Then it's yours. But I'm here to tell you that the people that are struggling right now are the people that are only using the low board, meaning they have not networked with anyone. They're not on social media making connections. They're not on LinkedIn making connections. They're not anywhere talking to anybody. They're just going on a low board. Don't do that. Don't only do that. I'm not sitting here saying a low board can't make you any money. It can, but you can make way more outside of it. I kind of use that as a backup plan. I'm like, okay, let me just see. Or if I want to make some new connections, let me see who's on here. Let me see what's going on here. But no, don't limit yourself. I encourage you all to just keep going, keep pushing. And every time you're ready to give up, remind yourself that if I give up, then I got to ask somebody permission. My grown self got to ask somebody permission to do something that I want to pay my money to do. That doesn't even make sense to me. That doesn't even sound right to me. I didn't last in the regular job industry. I didn't last at all because I want to do what I want to do. And that's freedom to me. Make sure you have your own definition of success as well. Don't take on someone else's definition. We don't ever like sit down and say, when will I feel successful? What's my definition of success? Because my definition of success, some people's might be getting on TV or, you know, to fly on a jet or to get a Chanel bag or whatever the case may be. But my version of success is having the freedom to do what I want when I want. Not, oh, I want to do this, but I have to do that. I don't ever want to be in that position. So my definition of success is being able to do what I want when I want to. True freedom. Figure out your definition so that as you go on this journey, you're actually doing things that's adding value to you. So you're not going out here and you're working and you're still feeling empty because you're looking at what somebody else is doing and they're happy because they're living in their version of success. Define yours. What's your version of success? What does it look like for you? And then go for it. Have your end goal in mind. So if whatever your end goal is, have that in mind and take every small baby step to get there. All the little steps. And I always say, don't focus on a whole staircase. One step at a time. Celebrate every step you take. You get your EIN, yay, scream, celebrate, clap. And then do the next thing. Don't just push past it. Don't just say, okay, I did this, let me do that. That's one thing that I noticed that I do, just unconsciously. I was like, okay, this is my list. Okay, I did that next. I did that next. I did that next. But it leaves you overwhelmed. It leaves you feeling like, oh, it's still so much to do. Because you haven't stopped to really celebrate yourself, to really say, like, I completed this. I did this. You need to give yourself that love. You're going to have to celebrate all those victories as you wait to get to your overall goal. As you wait to get to your overall goal, set a goal. Set a goal. You will not make your goal or achieve your goal if you don't set one. And it's just things that we don't even realize we're not doing or realize that we are doing. Set goals. Have the end goal in mind. Make little goals to lead to that big goal so that you can celebrate every single one. Every single one. So I hope this helps you all. It's a lot of good stuff on here. Like you could just use this as a whole marketing video, really. If you market, and you will not be fazed by this. I'm sure you all probably seen other people's videos and they're telling you like, ooh, who's struggling? And you might be thinking it's a sales pitch, but it's really not. It's really, you get what you put in it. You get out of it what you put in it. So before I go, do anyone have any other questions for me? You all have been so awesome. I do love interacting with you all. Yeah, the live will be saved. I'm gonna have it posted up for you all. Yes, I'm gonna post it up, and you all be able to go back and get this information. And you all can always email me. Myself or my assistant responds. You can't always get us on the phone because we dispatch and do other things, but you can get your email answered. You can send an email and ask a question. That's no problem at all. That is no problem. And again, I'll put I'll put in the description box my website information, so that if you're interested in the course, or if you're interested in, I don't exactly recruit mentees, but what you can do is, if you're interested, you would go on the site, and you would, if you get the course and you decide to do the add-on mentorship, you can do it that way. And your mentorship will start the first Sunday of the month. So if you were to do it now, you would start the first Sunday in June. We meet weekly. We daily emails for accountability. We set weekly goals. We push through it. We have 1-hour meetings every week, face-to-face, just like this, one-on-one. And we push through and we work it out together. You're able to get your questions answered. You're able to email, all of that. No problem, Jessica. So best of luck to you all, but you don't need it, because like I told you all, it's already in you. You just have to apply it. Hakeem, definitely go through those videos and see what you can learn on your own. And when you're ready to invest, you can definitely do that. I'll put all the information in the description, and I will be talking to you all soon. I don't offer just mentorship. The reason I don't is because I don't know what you were taught by, who you were taught by. So there's been people that's come to me and they say, I took such and such a course, can you mentor me? You know, that's tough. So when I mentor, I like to say, hey, go in the course, go to module number such and such, or go to the handy dandy vault, and this is the information you're looking for. I can't do that if you haven't taken the course. I can't do that if I don't know what you've been exposed to, what you've learned. So that's why I do, you can take a course by itself without the mentorship, or you can take the course with the mentorship. Those are the two choices that I give. It just makes it a little easier. And I know what I've given you. I know what I've taught you. I know you have everything. But if you're coming from probably teaching yourself or someone else's course, then it will be difficult for me to kind of guide you. So that's why I do it that way. But we have the course. The course is $199. If you to midnight, if you use the code READY, that's 10% off. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. Somebody called me today and said, I just wanted to see why your course is so cheap. I just want to see what you're missing out of it. I'm like, I'm not missing anything. What I didn't want is for you all making life decisions to purchase the course. I don't want you saying, like, should I eat noodles for the next 2 weeks and buy the course? I don't want you having to do that. It's not. No, I don't want that. So $199 is reasonable. You have all the information you could possibly need or run into. And then you have me. So... and I take care of my mentees. I do. You have me for life. You have me for life. So I hope this helped you all in some type of way. And I hope you all realize now that recession is not yours to take on. Whoever business that is, mind your business. That's not your business. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. And it will not apply to you if you get out here and you network and you talk to people and you create your own lane. Stop trying to be in somebody else's lane. That's how accidents happen. Ride in your own lane, okay? All right, everybody. I will see you next time. If you have any questions, you can still go through here. You should be able to still comment under this video. I always come back and answer the questions. I'm pretty good about that. And you can email as well. And I got you all. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.